Hey guys, welcome back to a tutorial by SToby. In this one I'm going to be explaining how to use the fusion reactor from Nuclearcraft. So basically this is a fully set up, fully working automated fusion reactor. And looks complicated, but it isn't really. So the first thing you need is you need the fusion core, which if I place down here, it looks like this. So whatever recipe your mod pack has, you need to put down a fusion core, and it gives you this GUI here. So first I'm going to go through the fusion core GUI and what each section has. So this is the amount of energy stored and the amount of power generated. This is the temperature of the current reactor. This is how efficient. Actually, I'm going to go into this one because it's usually more. So temperature. This is how efficient it is, and now Now, quite important. Actually, this isn't done. Just wait. I need to do something. Just do done. Alright, so this is the fusion core, and you can see we have the energy stored with the power gen underneath it. We have the temperature of it, and how much the temperature is changing, with the active cooling rate, which will come important later. We have the efficiency, we have the 2 fuel inputs, and then we have the 4 output tanks, which is a lot of output tanks. So the first thing you need to decide if you're going to set up one of these is which recipe you're going to use. There are lots of different inputs. For example, you can just input lithium, you can input boron. The most common one to use is just hydrogen, which is used by using the electrolyzer, electrolyzing water. So you can see you can supply the fusion reactor with 2 fully upgraded electrolyzers, and that works just fine. And then you can see here I'm just storing up the output. This could go into another fusion reactor, but I was too lazy to set up a second one. So what this needs is the first thing you need to do is place down the core. You then need to surround it in these fusion electromagnets. Now these need to go all the way around in a configuration that looks something like that. And then that needs to loop all the way around. Now to set up this, if you want a bigger loop, so if you want more power generators, what you'll need is you need the fusion the fusion connectors. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to do that, and then if you then set up the ring, you can see that if this would go all the way around, you get a wider ring. Now this will increase this toroid, I don't know how to pronounce that, toroid size right here. And then the second thing you need to do is, you can see I've got the power cables here. You need to power all of these fusion electromagnets. These require 200 RF per tick. There are more advanced ones which require more power, but these ones require 200 RF, the most basic ones, and I recommend you use them because I'm not sure what the other ones provide. But you need to power all of them, and you need to have them here, and you need to have them all powered. Now this will then start the reactor. You don't want to start the reactor yet, because what you need to get yourself some active fluid coolers and some fuel for them, some coolant. You can use any of the coolants, but what you need to do is you need to place down these with the coolant wired in until, if you roll over here, until the active cooling rate is 100%. Now that, I'm not sure why you need to do that or why that's included, but you need to do it because otherwise this thing will literally explode. As you can see by the massive explosion hole I've got into this when I didn't do that earlier. So you need to get that to 100%, otherwise the fusion reactor will explode. Now, what will happen is you'll then pipe in your fuel. Now you need to pipe out the output to somewhere else, and then once you start the reactor, what you'll see here that the power generation is slowly increasing along with the efficiency. Now this is because the fusion reactor actually needs to heat up before it produces at its maximum rate. It's annoying, it's awkward, but you just need to wait for the whole thing to start heating up and to heat up to temperature. And so I would recommend that you have, for example, a nuclear reactor that will supply power to it, that will supply power to the electromagnets before the fusion reactor heats up to a point where it can supply its own power and an excess which you can use elsewhere. So that's important. Um, and that's how you use the Nuclearcraft fusion reactor. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified of our next video. Adios.